Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How you guys doing today? So, hello, I'm Shalita Marshall, your divorce coach, and tonight I'm going to be talking about losing your identity in marriage. One thing that I realized in my marriage is that I had lost myself after having my daughter. I did not know who I was anymore. I was doing things that I really didn't want to do. I had gained like 30 pounds from my pregnancy, and it really made me feel insecure about myself and how I looked. And then the following year, I had to have a total hip replacement for a bone disease that I didn't even know existed. So I was trying to figure out how did this even happen, knowing that no one else in my family had this disease before. So it was really confusing to me. So that was another thing that I had to deal with on top of my insecurities. The fear of the unknown, fear of what my body was going to look like after surgery. And at that time, my weight was at a standstill because I couldn't really move for 8 weeks. I had to learn how to walk all over again, which left me handicapped, depending on other people to take care of me, to bathe me, to even cook for me. And that was a really big adjustment for me. So I just felt lost. For most of my life, I sought the approval of men who always surrounded me with attention, who always bought me things, not knowing deep down that I was searching for love that only God could give me. So my need for validation followed me into my marriage. I loved being a mother. I loved being a wife. But I constantly felt insecure. I did not like going shopping for clothes anymore, but I always tried to look my best whenever I left the house. Taking care of my daughter, it became my life. I devoted all my time and energy to her. Caring for her, loving her, trying to feel that whole became my new identity. So when you get around your friends that haven't seen you in a while and they say things like, Shalita, what happened? You used to be so well put together with a slim, thick figure, always dressed nice, and you always had your hair and nails done. That's when you know that you've let yourself go. You begin turning down invitations to hang out with your friends, always making up excuses, you even using your child as an excuse as to why you are not able to hang out. So all I wanted to do was just go straight home from work because that's where I felt most comfortable. Months and years go in, and you just don't even recognize yourself anymore. So while I was separated, I decided to go on a self-love journey. I changed the way that I ate. I started working out, and I began to read the Bible more, seeking God for the plans that He had for my life during that season. I started making time to just sit in His presence. And when I did, God began to transform my way of thinking about myself. He began to reveal to me that my identity was not found in man. It could only be found in Him. And that I am a child of God who loves me. His love is different from what you can ever experience. His love is honest and true. His love will never choose someone else over you. His love is not circumstantial. And so God began to show me how to love myself and to see myself how He sees me. When you stay rooted in your identity as a queen of God, you don't need to look for love or validation in others. God will never fail you. He will never let you down. And He will never leave you. He will always be beside you in a gentle and loving manner. reminding you that you are His and that you are enough. Knowing who you are in Christ will give you the power you need to be your true, authentic self. Healness is a journey, and holiness is a destination. You have to do the work. Have peace while going through your storm, and have hope for your future. So also tonight I will share with you 4 things to help you keep striving to love yourself. Number 1, invest in yourself. Spend time with yourself. Figure out some hobbies that you like, or some things that you've always wanted to try and you never did before. Now is the time to try them. Now is the time to step outside of your box, even if it's just to go and take a walk by yourself. Spend time with yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in loving yourself. What are you passionate about? Whether it's writing, doing hair, making clothes, doing makeup, whatever it is, go after it. Don't just let it sit dormant inside of you, because it won't do any good just sitting there. So go after everything that you have wanted to do. Number 2, stay connected with your family and friends. You don't have to go on this journey alone. So don't be afraid to reach out to anybody. Don't be afraid to say you need help. If you have kids, don't be afraid to ask anyone to help you with the kids, because you will need a break, and you will need a mental break as well. 3, set up boundaries. Don't allow someone to make you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. And don't be afraid to say no. You don't have to do everything that someone wants you to do if that's not what you want to do. And most importantly, get rid of negative thinking. Like, I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. And that you're not worthy of love. Because no matter what your circumstances are, know that those lies aren't true. So thank you all for joining me tonight. And that was just my take on losing your identity in marriage. And those were just some of the things that I went through, that I had to endure while being married and, going through my divorce. But at the end of the day, I have hope, and I have passion, and I have dreams. And so I just want you to know that you can overcome this. Do not wallow in your pain. Have a good night.